The midterms are still a year and a half away, yet Chuck Schumer appears to be doing everything he can to make sure that the Democrats lose. Schumer appeared on The View earlier today, and, well, the entire segment could be cut as a campaign ad. In fact, if the GOP doesn't bookmark this segment and come back to it and turn it into an ad that they run 24/7 next year, they need to fire their marketing team and hire people who know what they're doing. Take a look at this.
And you know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or, I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, my the land and water that I own, or my employees? They hate government. Government's a barrier to people, a barrier to stop them from doing things. They want to destroy it. We are not letting them do it, and we're united.
Okay, good.
Wow, someone who wants more taxes, more regulation, more government. I've never seen someone push that as a platform, like, ever. I mean, this is the country that had the Tea Party, right? The entire Tea Party rebellion was over no taxation without representation, and the taxes then were so minimal compared to what we face today. I know Chuck Schumer's kind of old, you know, his history class in school was probably a long time ago. I don't know, maybe he's old enough to have lived and seen the Tea Party. I mean, he's pretty close to Nancy Pelosi's age, but come on, Chuck. Can you think about this? Just think about where we are within the context of our country's history. You really think that that's going to be a selling point? I mean, his entire argument is essentially, we need to raise your taxes so the government can give you more stuff. It reminds me of what Nancy Pelosi said about Obamacare. We need to pass the bill to find out what's in the bill. Democrats, that sort of logic didn't work then, and it certainly doesn't work today. Chuck Schumer is just completely missing the math. He's missing the arithmetic on everything. He's not understanding the tax math. He's not understanding the electoral math. He's not understanding the PR math. I mean, we all know that Democrats have been bad at math, but really? This bad to essentially champion higher taxes and bigger government on live TV? You could even see Whoopi Goldberg's face at the very end there, where she was like uncomfortable, but had to be nice to him anyways. Okay, we're gonna cut to commercial break here. I mean, rewatch it. That's what her face was saying. Now, all of this reminded me, speaking of bad math, reminded me of a clip from 2020, just 5 years ago. You think Democrats are dumbed out? This is probably one of the stupidest clips I've ever seen. And, you know, we shouldn't be surprised that Democrats are bad at math. Take a look at this.
But you see it as a possibility if he wants to spend $1 billion beating this guy, he could do it.
Absolutely. Somebody tweeted recently that actually with the money he spent, he could have given every American $1 million.
I've got it. Let's put it up on the screen. When I read it tonight on social media, it kind of all became clear. Bloomberg spent $500 million on ads. U.S. population 327 million. Don't tell us if you're ahead of us on the math. He could have given each American $1 million and have had lunch money left over. It's an incredible way of putting it.
It's an incredible way of putting it. It's true. It's disturbing. It does suggest, you know, what we're talking about here, which is there's too much money in politics. And it makes it difficult because what we want in
$500 million would only be $1 million for 500 people. Not only was that tweet wrong, but I am surprised that even... Okay, I guess I'm not surprised because we all know they're clueless and lacking in common sense, but I am still stunned that even made it onto TV, because not only did the news host not catch it, not only did his analysts not catch it, but apparently their producers didn't either. It's really hard to get something on network television. There are so many cooks in the kitchen, there are so many barriers, so many gatekeepers. None of them caught that. None of them caught the faulty math, faulty logic. I mean, if Democrats can't get something that simple right, it's no wonder Chuck Schumer is completely missing the electoral math here. Now, it wasn't just that tax segment. Like I said, his entire segment on The View could be slashed and cut for a campaign ad any which way. Next, he revealed that sometimes he wakes up at 3 a.m. He didn't mention Elon Musk by name, but we all know he's talking about Elon. Take a look at this.
So a lot of people responded to the anguish. I appreciate it. I wake up 3 in the morning sometimes, so worried about the future of the country under these oligarchs or klepto, whatever, as Yeah, oligarchs, I guess.
Yes.
And, but
Okay, so Chuck Schumer is supposedly so terrified of Elon Musk and Donald Trump that he wakes up at 3 a.m. every day, yet he decided to vote for the CR and encouraged his Democrat colleagues to do the same so that Donald Trump could continue to implement his agenda and deliver for the American people. I mean, I'm not upset about it, but you just gotta marvel at the lack of consistency and just the lack of any logic behind what he's doing right now. In fact, it is so bad that, yes, the Democrat Party is splintering before our very eyes. This cannot be a good thing for the midterms. Again, not complaining about it. But over on MSNBC, Simone Sanders Townsend, one of the largest mouthpieces for the DNC, announced on live TV that she is leaving the Democrat Party because of Chuck Schumer's leadership or lack thereof.
Signal on Wednesday that you want to fight, and then on Thursday you cave. And so now Republicans know that all they have to do is play Democrats, and it'll work.
$1 billion cut from Washington, D.C. I'm a D.C. resident, and I'm pissed.
Yep.
Okay, so, there's actually little that the Senate minority leader can say, and the 10 Democrats that voted with the Republicans can say, to appease somebody like me. I'm about to change my registration to independent, first and foremost. There's not another option for Senate or Democratic or Senate Democrats or House Democrats to effectively push back. This was it. They blew it. The Democratic Tea Party was born the same day that Chuck Schumer took to that podium to read that very well-crafted statement that told us he folded like a paper napkin. Well, and that's why
Leave. I mean, if more Democrats follow her lead and leave the Democrat Party, register as an independent, that is definitely going to have ripple effects. And if it's happening this early on, it just shows the complete lack of leadership in the Democrat Party. There is a void, there is a vacuum there, and as we all know, whenever there's a vacuum, different players are going to come out of the woodwork to try to fill it. That's already happening. I mean, we see Gavin Newsom, Tim Walz making moves. I'll get more into Tim Walz here in a little bit, but one more segment on The View. So it's not just the folks over at MSNBC, it's not just the far left radical wing. Sunny, I guess, is a far left radical, but Sunny, you gotta love this. She called Chuck out to his face and talked about how upset she was with him that he caved. Take a look at this.
That's the question.
Sure. Hi. Governor Pritzker's chief of staff, Ann Caprara, has said the following. The fight going on in the Democratic Party right now is not between hard left, right, and moderate. It's between those who want to fight and those who want to cave. And it gives me no pleasure to say this to you because we are friends, but I think you caved. I think you and 9 other Democrats caved. I don't think you showed the fight that this party needs right now because you're playing by a rule book where the other party has thrown that rule book away.
True.
And so in my view, what you did really was, in supporting that GOP partisan bill that Democrats had no input in, you cleared the way for Donald Trump and Elon Musk to gut Social Security, to gut Medicare, to gut Medicaid. Why did you lead Democratic senators to play by that book that the Republicans are not playing by?
Okay, first, I'd say, Sonny, no one wants to fight more than me, and no one fights more than me. You got to fight smart.
Okay, what's really interesting about this is Democrats usually go on these talk shows and they usually go on cable news whenever they're trying to get support for something. Whenever a bill is about to pass or a bill is struggling to get enough votes, they'll go on these talk shows to earn support, right? But what's happening here, what really caught my attention is Chuck Schumer did this after the fact. That tells me that he is on a damage control tour. That's what this is. He knows he screwed up. And again, I'm not complaining. Good thing for us, bad thing for Democrats, bad thing for him for his reelection chances. I mean, yes, his reelection is in a few years, but he clearly is scrambling here, right? He clearly is trying to stop the bleeding, stop the water from pouring into the boat because he knows that the Democrats understand they are a rudderless ship right now. There is no vision for their future. And as I referenced earlier, there is a vacuum. And whenever there's a vacuum, different players are coming forth. So right now we have Gavin Newsom, who launched a new podcast, and he had on Tim Walz. Tim, as I've been saying the last few videos, there appears to be a strategy. There appears to be a game plan that he is laying the groundwork. Sorry, I can't even say it seriously. For a 2028 run. Well, during his appearance with Gavin Newsom, Tim Walz appeared to pull a Joe Biden.
How do you fight it? This
I
notion
think
of
I could
tax.
kick most of their ass. I do think that if they wanted to. I know I can outrun them, but I don't know if we're going to fall into that place where we want to. Okay, we challenge you to a WWE fight here type of thing.
I mean, I seem to remember Joe Biden challenging someone to push-ups, challenging Donald Trump, or saying he wished he could take Donald Trump out back, like at a high school gym or something. Joe Biden acted like he was some big tough guy. How did that turn out for him? I think the reason Joe Biden did that was because he was overcompensating for something. You overcompensating for something, Tim? Just asking. So a few videos ago, I talked about how Tim Walz had a plan to do a tour, right? He was going to visit various districts, primarily focusing on red districts and swing districts. And my theory is that he is doing this to plant the seeds, lay the groundwork for a 2028 run. Basically, I think he's positioning himself to be the voice of the Democrat Party, to try to be a leader, and he's apparently followed through on that. So here is footage from the last town hall he went to. This is from 2 days ago. Now, this crowd is a lot smaller than anything President Trump and J.D. Vance can pull anywhere they go, but it's a lot larger than anything Kamala Harris was able to pull organically. We all know that she busts in and bribes people to go to her rallies. So, I'm not going to stop Democrats if that's who they want to rely on. Go for it, Democrats. Go for it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Well, as the Democrats try to find a new leader, as they try to wander their way out of this political wilderness, Chris Matthews on MSNBC has some, just interesting advice for them.
Matthews, what do you make of these numbers for the Democrats?
Well, you could have seen them the night that Trump addressed the Congress. Mm-hmm. And you watched the Democratic Party. They seemed like they weren't there. They were sort of vacant. They weren't saying anything with their manner. They never questioned the facts. They let the president lie about Social Security and say that we're giving benefits to people who are 160 years old or to their grandchildren. We allowed Elon Musk to go on television and tell everybody that we're using Social Security as a lure to bring people into the country illegally, that we're giving them benefits, which we're not. We're giving them to illegal people in the country who came in illegally. We give it to them. Lie after lie after lie, and said nothing. I'll tell you, James Carville, who said the Democrats should stay silent, may be partially right, but where he's wrong is you have to have a fact checker. There needs to be a war room. Remember in 1992? Yeah. Remember how Bill Clinton won that election because he had a war room. He and George Stephanopoulos were down there in Little Rock, and they were checking every fact, and nobody checks the facts anymore. And the lies are getting through to the American people.
They are. Chris Matthews spent a lot of oxygen and a lot of words to say, the reason the Democrats are losing is because we don't fact check Donald Trump. Really? He is the most... Republicans all know that Donald Trump is the most investigated person probably in the history of the world. He's been the most politically persecuted person in the history of the world. And now they think he's not being fact-checked enough. Probably no one in the history of American politics has been fact-checked as much as Donald Trump. I remember during the debates, even in 2016 with Hillary Clinton. They did it during Kamala Harris with Joe Biden. They've always fact-checked him. And oftentimes, those fact-checks turn out to be false. I mean, I seem to remember it was social media companies, was it not? Facebook, Twitter, back at the time when it was still Twitter, had all these fact-checking mechanisms. What the heck is he talking about? It's not a message to Chris Matthews. It's not because of the lack of fact checks. It's because your party has embraced crazy. And even people on the other side of the pond are recognizing just how crazy this is. So this is according to The Telegraph. Parents asked if newborn babies identify as transgender. This is apparently happening in New Jersey. Take a look at that second question. Do you identify your baby as female, male, transgender female, trans woman, male, male to female? I mean, I'm not going to read all of that. I thought that the whole point was allowing people to grow up, make their own choices. I thought that was the argument that the left was making, whether or not you agree with that. But now, supposedly, right when a baby comes out of the womb, the parents can choose for the baby. I don't know about you. To me, that feels pretty radical. That feels pretty crazy. I don't know. What's destroying the Democrat Party more? Is it that crazy radicalness, or is it the lack of fact checks? You let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, today's Governor's Club members, again, these are people who have tipped the channel and are supporting me either through super thanks or whatever which way. But Tythos, this is Tim, thank you. I need to respond to your message on X. I have seen it. I just haven't had the time yet. But I promise I'll get to it. USMC Car, Caitlin, special shout out to Caitlin. First of all, very generous, very gracious. Thank you. It totally made my day when I saw your super thanks. You didn't have to do that, but it really is a blessing to me, and I just wanted to take extra time to thank you because that was super kind, and I hope that you had a good time as your family was visiting you. Lay Sharino, Stacy L. Stacy, I did check with the club member and I was able to get you in, so thank you. Inside joke there for us. And then Houston Sammy Girl, I know that I counted you twice because I forgot you during the live stream, and I just wanted to make up for that in the last video, and then the shout out now for the actual super thanks you did on that video, if that makes sense. So basically I felt like I owed you one, so hopefully that works. Again, question of the day. Well, no, we're not going to have an official question of the day. I feel like there are enough topics, and you all always share interesting insights on all these stories. So no official question of, well, okay, I take that back. Okay, these are totally, truly, clearly unscripted. I mean, obviously I have benchmarks, so to speak, that I know I want to hit in each video. Benchmark isn't the right word, but you know, there's at least an idea of the flow I want, but the specific, okay. Anyways, one question is, would anyone be interested in a video exposing the allegations against Harry Sisson? A lot of allegations from 11 women apparently now have come forward. I know not everyone knows who Harry Sisson is, but anyone who follows political commentators and content creators and influencers. I mean, Harry has over 1 million followers on TikTok. He has more subscribers than I do here on YouTube, even more on Instagram. The guy is everywhere. He's met both Obama, Joe Biden. He's been on the Piers Morgan show. I mean, the guy truly is, he appears to be as large or maybe have more of a real world footprint than people like Brian Tyler Cohen or even Midas Touch, and those are huge Democrat influencers. Anyways, he purports to be a staunch defender of women's rights, but now 11 women and counting have come forward and making these allegations, and they are on video, by the way. If you would be interested in that, or if you think that would be interesting, let me know down below. Or if you're like, you feel strongly against it, you're like, I'm not interested, I don't care about the guy, let me know down below, because it's a video idea I'm toying with, and I guess, you know, eventually I want to be more open about video ideas and, hey, give the people what they want, right? So yeah, let me know about that down below. If you haven't already, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. I know it's a simple thing to ask for, but it really does help me reach more viewers like you in the algorithm. Please be sure to smash that subscribe button and to check out one of these videos.